People talk about alpha and beta males, but sigma males don't really fit into any of those groups. They just do what they want to do and have hobbies that make sense to them. These guys are usually quite quiet, take their time thinking things through, and enjoy pastimes that let them grow and recharge without all the noise around them. They like doing things that let them be alone, push themselves, grow better at things, and make things silently. They are quite choosy about how they use their leisure time because being with others all the time can make them tired. It's not about following what's hot or cool when you choose a hobby. It's about finding things that really get their brains going and let them be independent. Inner motivation drives Sigma guys. They don't require outside acceptance, group support, or social status to feel good about the route they're on. The more people try to put them in a box, the more they pull away and go back to their own world. This kind of thinking shows in what they do for fun. They aren't just hobbies to show off on social media. They're ways to grow as a person, spend time alone, explore, and stimulate your mind or emotions in a meaningful way. These things aren't diversions. They are what makes the Sigma male's distinctive way of life possible. Let's look at 10 hobbies that Sigma males truly like. Each one fits perfectly with how they believe and live their lives. 1. Watching movies that mess with your mind and make you think. You know those flicks that make your head hurt? The ones that keep you guessing about what's genuine and what's not, until the conclusion. Some people stay away from these movies because they are too hard to understand, but Sigma males eagerly seek them out. They enjoy movies like Inception, Shutter Island, or The Prestige because they are like mental puzzles that need to be solved. These guys will stop sequences to catch something they missed, replay bits that move too fast, and then spend hours attempting to figure out what everything really meant. They don't mind the misunderstanding, that's the whole point. They don't want to just zone out while they're watching. They want their brains to work. After a while, regular movies start to feel like junk food. They have simplistic plots about good heroes and bad men, endings that are easy to guess, and stories that don't make you think about anything essential. Sigma males love movies that make them think and leave them with more questions than solutions. This activity has something to do with how people think on a deeper level. They don't want to be passive viewers who only watch easy stuff. They want stories that make them think, make them doubt what they know, and give their brains a good exercise. It's like working out your head instead of your body. Second, make, design, or build something that makes you think. When Sigma guys finally see something they thought of come to reality, they get this incredible high. It may be a room arrangement they drew up on paper that looks great when they move the furniture around, or a side business idea they came up with that starts producing real money after months of trial. It's hard to put the feeling into words. Things don't always go well, which is the best part. They try something, it doesn't work, they repair it, it doesn't work again, they change it, and then all of a sudden it works. That moment when their imagination comes true, after all those fruitless tries, is like nothing else. They adore the whole messy process of making house blueprints and altering them 10 times. Making a Shopify store that looks bad at first and then repairing it little by bit. Making music tracks that sound bad at first, then adding layers and making changes until they ultimately get the mood just right. Every time they fail, they learn something new about how to make their dream come true. 6. Putting money into something that makes money quietly, like trading or investing. Sigma males don't want money to show off. They want to be free with their money. They want to be free of employers who tell them what to do, jobs that make them sick, or pressure from society. That's why they want to invest and set up systems that make money without doing anything. These tasks are like games that need you to do research, plan, and keep your emotions in check. They don't care about gambling or trades based on hype. They care about results over time. They will read financial reports, look at patterns in the market, and improve their methods over time. It's not so much about showing off as it is about having control. Every skill kids learn in this area gives them additional choices and freedom. It's not about quitting your job early to do nothing. It's about making a life where you can choose what you want to do. What makes Sigma males different is their need for independence. They don't want money for prestige, they want it for power. They can say no, walk away, and enjoy life the way they want to, because they have financial freedom. That's why they see the world of money like a game of strategy. They'll look into equities, real estate, cryptocurrencies, and even specialized asset classes, not to show off, but to learn the laws of the game. This kind of concentrated financial knowledge is a great way to build on who they are. Sigma males don't often buy things on a whim. They think on the long term, save money, and invest. They enjoy seeing their portfolio develop because every dollar they make is like buying back time from a system they never truly bought into. They also respect wealth privacy. They don't like buying flashy things or living a more expensive life. They can be the person with a simple watch and a small automobile, but he owns property in 3 cities and has 6 ways to make money. To them, money is a subtle weapon. It doesn't need to yell, it just needs to work. That's how a Sigma male handles money, calmly, carefully, and on his own terms. Number 7, making your own systems to get things done. Most people become stressed out by the mess of life, but Sigma guys figure it out and build their way out. They make their own systems, including meal preparing, minimalist budgeting, journaling habits, or habit trackers, to make the most of their lives. It could seem obsessive to some people. It's just smart living for them. Sigma guys don't need incentive, they need structure. They set up their surroundings and daily routines in such a way that success is the most likely outcome. Their fridge isn't full with tempting foods, it's full of things they need to eat and drink. Their bedroom isn't a total wreck, it's set up for deep sleep and mental healing. They shape every part of their world on purpose. This way of living based on systems also applies to how we think. A Sigma might plan audit sessions once a week to look over his goals, progress, and problems. These aren't strict rules, they're flexible structures that let him work accurately while yet being able to deal with life's surprises. Writing in a journal helps you understand your feelings. Reading helps your thoughts grow and change. Even free time has a pattern. Recharging is planned, not haphazard. And unlike the hustle culture that praises being busy, Sigma males care more about getting things done. Their methods get rid of trash, keep people from being distracted, and make it easier to make decisions. The goal isn't to accomplish more, but to do better. They automate what can be mechanized, give away what isn't necessary, and spend their limited energy on activities that have a big effect. This planned approach helps them keep their momentum going over time. You may avoid burnout by working smarter, not harder. In a world full of chaos, their methods become their hidden weapon, silently leading them to success without drama, noise, or burnout. It's not about being perfect, it's about the process. These devices let Sigma guys save energy for the things that matter most. They recognize that decision fatigue is real, so they make fewer minor choices to clear their minds for deeper thought. Every new system is a test. That's amazing if it works. If it doesn't work, it is replaced. They are always working on improving their surroundings and routines, which is an ongoing endeavor of self-mastery. Number 8, living simply and getting rid of things on purpose. In a world that loves more, having less is a quiet superpower. Sigma males know that having more things doesn't make them happier. Instead, they only own things that are useful to them. Everything in their space has a purpose, or it's not there. Decluttering isn't something you do once, it's a way of thinking. They often take a new look at their actual and digital surroundings. They throw away what doesn't help them anymore. What happened? A tidy space that helps you concentrate, think clearly, and act without thinking. They can change, move, or start over without having to deal with too much baggage. But it's more than just having a clean space or a neat desk. For Sigma guys, Getting rid of things is a way to free their minds. Every item they take away is one fewer thing to get in the way. Every app they get rid of is one fewer way to get dopamine. The idea isn't to be minimalistic for looks, it's to be minimalistic for performance. They want to cut down on cognitive friction and decision fatigue so they can spend their energy on things that matter instead of useless clutter. They often think this way about their relationships and obligations as well. If someone drains their energy, makes noise, or adds to the turmoil, they silently pull away. Emotional clutter is just as bad for you as physical clutter. This is why you won't often see a Sigma man keeping up appearances or staying in touch with people out of guilt. They don't have to be loyal. They want to be. They even leave space in their calendar. They don't have too many appointments or too many things to do. That blank area lets you be spontaneous, do deep work, and reset yourself. In their view, having less isn't bad. It's freeing. This could look chilly or distant to people who don't know, but for the Sigma male, this structure is crucial for growth. When the mind isn't full with visual noise, emotional baggage, or too much digital information, it may come up with new ideas, explore new things, and grow. That's what makes this way of thinking so strong. It doesn't simply make things clearer, it also opens up new possibilities. 9. Playing chess or strategy games. Some people play games to get away from reality. Sigma guys play games to keep their minds sharp. Chess, strategy board games, and even complicated internet simulations aren't just fun, they're also ways to learn. You have to think about every step. There are always consequences for what you do. These activities help Sigma males learn how to see patterns, wait for things they want, and prepare for the future. It's not about beating other people, it's about mastering the game. It's practice for mental battles with no real-world risk. But for the Sigma male, it's more than simply fun. He uses strategy games, chess, and even complicated video games to practice how he thinks about life. The Sigma plays the game of life by thinking 3 steps ahead. After all, life is one big game board where every move counts. He isn't trying to win right now. He's planning for his future, weighing the pros and cons of several options, and changing his plans as things change. These games are just what the Sigma's brain needs. They need you to pay attention, be precise, and be patient. You don't get what you want right away. You construct, you fail, and you learn, which is how the Sigma lives their life. He doesn't think there are any easy ways out. He respects the grind because it teaches him how to think for himself, change rapidly, and win without making a sound. There are no spectacular claims of victory in the world of strategy. Instead, there are quiet wins that come from being smart and sticking with it. That's the kind of win that Sigma likes. And while most people become tired of chasing short-lived highs, the Sigma gets better at following his instincts with every move, which makes him better at logic, emotion, and consequence. He trains even when he's not working. People believe he's playing, but he's really practicing. He's getting better at things like self-control, discipline, and forethought. This is why the Sigma man never really wastes time. You can calibrate at any time. It doesn't matter if it's a chessboard or a virtual battlefield. It's not about becoming distracted. It's about getting better, learning all the time, always getting bigger, always making plans. Number 10. Learning about new gadgets and technology. For Sigma men, tech isn't about flash. It's about what it can do. They are generally early adopters, not to show off, but because they want to know how new tools might make life better. They look into technology to see how useful it is, whether it's smart home automation, AI technologies, coding platforms, or productivity apps. They'll spend hours setting up a new software or device, not because they have to, but because they like to see what it can do. Every new tool is like a riddle. Every piece of technology is a step toward more freedom. They don't fear the future. They are already living in it. If this sounds like you, you might want to sign up for more information about Sigma male psychology, lifestyle, and self-improvement. Don't forget to click the like button and tell us in the comments which pastime you like the most. Stay strong, stay sharp, and keep growing as always.